If you are a divorced parent and you have concerns about what's going on in the other parent's home because of things the children are saying to you, I'm going to give you some information that for me was completely life-changing. Read the book, Difficult Conversations: How to Discuss What Matters Most. This book was recommended to me by a therapist who said, Jeanette, your problem is that in your personal relationships, you communicate like a lawyer. And my reaction was, why is that a bad thing? Lawyers are great communicators. But it turns out that laying out all of your arguments to convince the other person that you're right and they're wrong is not the way to communicate in relationships. That includes your co-parenting relationships, business relationships, relationships with your children, all relationships. And a big part of the book and what has helped transform my life is to get away from the black and white thinking of someone's right and someone is wrong in this argument. And that's the problem with this comment on my previous video about what to do if the child comes from the other parent's home saying negative things about that home. Because it's not about, is the child right? It's about recognizing that relationships are a lot more complicated than one side is right and the other side is wrong. So here's a few important things from the book that I think are helpful. And this can help you have an actually productive conversation with your ex about what's going on. Stop arguing about who is right and start listening to each other's stories. Abandon blame, because placing blame leads to absolutely nothing productive and makes the other person defensive. Don't try to persuade to get your way. Try to understand the other person's view. Then share your point of view. Share and understand feelings, and then figure out a way to manage the problem moving forward. So an unhealthy perspective is I know everything that I need to know about the situation and need to convince you that I'm right. Healthy is each of us are bringing different information and perspectives to the table. There are likely important things that each of us doesn't know. Two people can observe the exact same thing and come away with completely different perspectives on what happened. And neither of them be wrong. That's so important here. The child isn't wrong. That is their truth and they need to be acknowledged. I'm going to have to do a part 2.